represent you.
The doctor's coming tomorrow morning to give flu vaccinations to city employees.
It's part of a program to give shots to everyone in the Bay Area.
I think I'd rather have it in the arm.
Well, I'm certainly glad he's coming because I certainly intend to have it.
No, I don't want one.
Oh, Leonard, you should. It's really quite a serious illness. Look, it gives you muscle aches, cough, chills, headache, and fever.
Yes, but don't those shots have side effects?
Just muscle aches, cough, chill, headache, and...
Well, that's better than being sick. Sign me up.
Are you okay today, Phyllis? You've been behaving kind of strangely.
Have I?
Yeah, I noticed it first thing this morning. You came in, watered the plants with coffee, and then poured yourself a hot cup of mulch.
Oh, I must be because I'm so tired. I've just been exhausted all day.
Don't you sleep at night, Phyllis?
Of course I do. I'm a widow. It's Dan and this rezoning plan. He has to present it on Friday. He's all excited about it, so I have to work nights and weekends. The past 2 nights I've been up till 3:30.
Oh, gee, that's rough, Phyllis.
And tonight, Audrey's invited somebody over for dinner who she says is perfect for me, and I'm going to have to make small talk for hours, and here I am falling asleep standing up.
You're sitting down.
When did that happen?
Lindstrom, what's this supposed to be?
That looks like a phone message.
I can see that. Critically urgent. But who's Walter? You forgot to write down his last name.
Well, how many Walters do you know?
I don't know any.
Well, that narrows it down.
What's it, Lindstrom?
What's the matter with your throat?
Nothing. It's just a little sore.
Why don't you have it looked at? There's a doctor coming in tomorrow.
I haven't got time for that. I'm too busy and I'm too tired.
Uh-huh. I know what you mean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The last couple of days I've been tough on you, too. But why don't you go home early today?
Oh, Dan, thank you.
Yeah, but would you do me just one little favor before you go?
Surely. What is it?
Make a list of everybody in here with the first name of Walter.
What does he think I am? Wonder if he realizes how much extra work he's given me these days. Harriet, he's working my tail off.
Maybe I should work for Dan. Mine needs the overtime.
Well, there's a lot of work. Do you want to help me?
No, I've got lots of work of my own to do. Leonard is a very busy supervisor himself, you know.
Harriet, before I go home, I'd like all my phone messages.
Oh, no messages.
My memos.
No memos.
And my correspondence.
No correspondence.
Do you have a number where I can be reached?
No.
Keep up the good work.
Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Audrey. Sorry I'm late. I'm Phyllis. You're Larry.
Thanks. I always get us mixed up.
Audrey has told me so much about you.
Maybe it was the way she told it.
Just very tired. But if you'll give me a moment to freshen up, I'll be as good as new. Thank you. Audrey, could I see you for a minute?
Oh, certainly, dear.
Audrey, your description didn't do Larry justice. I mean, he's charming, he's witty, he's sophisticated, he's urbane.
Right, Stud City.
Exactly. But the problem is, I am so tired. I don't know if I can keep from dropping off.
You want me to slap you silly till you wake up?
No, Audrey, but thanks for offering.
Anytime.
I just don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm really falling asleep.
But my first husband, Gunnar, used to fall asleep at dinner parties. He used to just drop off as if he were dead. We'd play little jokes on him. Oh, one time we tied his shoes together. At another, we all gathered some pots and pans and banged them right next to his ear.
I'll bet that woke him up.
No, that time the joke was on us. He was dead.
Well, I'll manage to stay awake somehow because he's worth it. I hope he likes me. I know, Audrey. Maybe I'd have a better chance of impressing him if I were alone.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more, dear. Jonathan and I will take Larry into the study.
No, that's not what I meant, Audrey.
Oh, I understand. You want Jonathan and me to subtly disappear into the woodwork. Jonathan, it's time for you and me to subtly disappear into the woodwork.
Excellent idea, Audrey. Good night, Larry.
Jonathan?
Good night, Phyllis.
Good night, Jonathan.
I understand you've been working very hard.
Yes, very hard. But it's stimulating work. So satisfying knowing that you're working for the public good. For you. Perhaps they might look good in here. Yes, I really enjoy my job. But let's talk about yours. Audrey says you travel.
Oh, constantly. I'm on the road half the year.
Oh, that's a lot of driving.
Well, no, actually, I prefer to take the train.
Huh?
I love railroads. There's something wonderfully soothing about the sound of a train going over those endless rails late at night. Clickety-clack, 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 clickety-clack.
I'm sorry. Yes, I love trains, too. When I ride in a train, I feel I'm part of the American experience. Not bad for a widow, huh? And their names are so romantic. The Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. The Great Northern. Amtrak. Yes, railroads are the backbone of this nation.
Phyllis, you must be very tired. Why don't I just go along?
Oh, no. I'm enjoying talking with you. You must have seen a lot of the country.
Well, no, actually. I just go back and forth between a couple of cities. I'd like to break out of the pattern and visit other places, but it's always the same. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Mostly I travel by elephant. That's the way to go because when they wear out, you can eat them. Phyllis, you're lovely even when you snore. I'm only sorry you're sound asleep. I'd love to ask you to go out with me.
Let's make it Friday. Dan, I have a bone to pick with you.
I have a bone to pick with you, Lidstrom. You're late.
Your throat sounds terrible.
Is that what you're upset about?
No. I'm upset because you're working me too hard. And it's ruining my life.
What are you talking about? You've got it easy.
Well, I've been working so hard for you that I fell asleep on a date last night. And this morning I didn't even hear the alarm go off.
Lidstrom, you don't work any longer hours than I do.
Well, I work much harder.
What do you mean you work harder?
Well, you sit in your office and give orders. I carry them out. You're the slave driver. I'm the slave.
Whooper.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Do you really think that my job is easier than yours?
Much. Very much. Far and away. Infinitely.
You can do my job for 5 minutes.
5 minutes of your job is worth 30 seconds of mine.
I'd love to see you try doing my job.
I would enjoy the spectacle of you struggling to do mine.
And anybody could do your job.
Well, why don't we just switch jobs for 5 minutes?
You're on. You get us some coffee and we'll give it a shot.
You mean it?
Absolutely.
Then you get us some coffee.
There's no coffee made.
Ha-ha. Take care of that, will you, Valenti?
What are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm now a supervisor, right?
Right.
I'll supervise.
Hi, everybody. What's happening?
The inmates are in charge of the asylum.
Hello, I'm Dr. Hamilton. I'm here to give the flu shots to those in the office that want them.
It's all right, Doc. I'll go first. I know a lot of people get a little squeamish at this sort of thing, so I'll set a good example.
Just a minute, Doctor. Before you give any shots, I'd like you to take a look at my assistant's throat.
What?
That's an order, Valenti.
Oh, it isn't.
Oh, what's the matter? Backing out of the arrangement already?
Well, it's a little painful, but worth it.
Open wide and say, Good thing you asked me to take a look at these. These are the worst tonsils I've ever seen. Got to come out.
When?
Right now. Mr. Valenti, I want you in the hospital right away.
Okay, Lindstrom. I guess you're in charge. You wanted a chance to show us what you can do? Now you have it. You're a San Francisco city supervisor. If Tony Bennett hears of this, he'll wish he left his heart in Oakland.
So glad you're feeling better, Dan. I'll be by to see you after work. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm so glad he came through it all right. I've heard having your tonsils removed that late in life can be serious.
Yeah, my family doctor believed in taking things out early. 1 year he took out my tonsils. The next year he took out my adenoids. The year after that he took out my appendix.
Maybe he was trying to kidnap you, bit by bit.
Hi.
Oh, may I help you?
Yes, my name is Lester Simmons, and I want to see a supervisor. There's a grave injustice being done.
Oh, well, if it's injustice you want battled, then Supervisor Valenti is your man. They don't come any crustier or tougher than old Dan Valenti.
Great. Where is he?
In the children's ward.
But I'm his associate, Phyllis Lindstrom, and I specialize in injustice battling.
Well, I'd certainly call it an injustice when a small group of men can't rent a meeting hall because certain people don't approve of what we are. We were scheduled to use the Odd Fellows Hall tonight. When they discovered who we are, they denied us permission.
Gee, if anyone would let you use their hall, you'd think it would be they. It's really terrible what they're doing to you.
Can you do something about it?
Well, the Odd Fellows is a private organization. Strictly speaking, they're not legally bound to open their doors to anybody. But there are plenty of public buildings. Don't you worry. I'll find you one tomorrow.
Oh, but our meeting is scheduled for 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, there's nothing I can do on that short notice. I mean, it's after 6 o'clock. Well, everything's closed. Wait a minute. Would a large private house be big enough for your meeting?
Sure.
Phyllis, what do you have in mind?
They can use Jonathan's house. I know he's opened his home to other groups. I'm sure he'd offer his home now if he were here. Judge Dexter, here's the address, and I'll be there.
Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank Supervisor Valenti. I'm only doing this in his stead. See you tonight.
Thank you for being so helpful.
Thank you for being so pathetic. Actually, I was speaking to Supervisor Valenti.
Supervisor? Mm-hmm. You said you played for the 49ers.
Read your comic book.
Hello, Dan. How do you feel?
How should I feel? My throat hurts, I got ducks in the wall, and they fill me so full of Jell-O every time somebody slams the door, I ripple for 20 minutes.
Well, you look good. Nice color. Nice pink cheeks. Very pink cheeks.
I have a fever.
That'll do it.
And I gotta lie here and stew over what's going on at the office. It's been on my mind constantly. I can't think of anything else.
You want Batman?
I already read it.
Well, you can put your mind at ease, Dan. The office is in terrific shape.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It is, Dan. I proved I can handle your job without a slip-up.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm glad you haven't had any problems. But I need to get back to personally present my rezoning plan to the board.
I presented it.
Oh? Well, I have to be there to make sure it passes.
They passed it.
Oh, good. But I need to be there to talk to the mayor about my budget proposal.
He loved it.
Oh, good. But I really need to get back to write that report for the school board.
I wrote it.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I went.
So nice to see you again, Mrs. Lindstrom.
Heil.
Heil, heil. I mean, hi.
Miss Dexter, I'm Lester Simmons. Thanks for letting us use your house.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's so nice to see young men wearing neckties again.
May I introduce my aide-de-camp, Field Marshal Weber.
Why, I know you. Aren't you the box boy at Shapiro's Deli?
Just a temporary position. Well, we must get on with the business of our meeting.
What is the business of your meeting?
Planning the overthrow of the government.
Well, then you'll want pencils and paper.
Mr. Simmons, if there are only 8 of you, why couldn't you hold your meeting in one of your own homes?
Well, we're just like everybody else. When we get dressed up, we like to go out.
Phyllis. What is the Luftwaffe doing in my house?
Well, actually, it's kind of a good joke on both of us.
I love a good joke. Tell me.
A movie company asked if they could use our living room.
Phyllis.
A neighborhood masquerade party, Jonathan, where, by the wildest coincidence, everybody came wearing the same...
Phyllis.
I never saw these men before in my life.
Phyllis.
They're Nazis, Jonathan. They couldn't get any place else, so I offered them your house.
And surely, Judge, as a good liberal, you believe in free speech and free assembly?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think you people should have the right to assemble, and I've got just the place for you. The city garbage dump.
I'm sorry. We're here now, and we plan to hold our meeting.
Not in my house. I want you out.
Then you'll have to call the police, which will mean a lot of unpleasant publicity for you. Otherwise, we're not leaving, and I don't think you can throw us out.
Hey, come on. What's the use in bickering? We're all just people here, and we all have our little tiny differences of opinion. But it's a big country, and there's plenty of room for wackos and weirdos. Let's all just relax and enjoy ourselves. Well, why doesn't somebody break the ice with a little joke? Maybe it's a little early for a joke.
Out of my way, Phyllis. There's only one language these people understand. Cold steel.
Audrey, what are you doing?
I just realized who these men are. I remember them from The Sound of Music. They're the ones that stormed across Julie Andrews' lovely hills. Now beat it. Come on, out, get out, out.
Audrey, we should have had you around on D-Day.
Jonathan, I'm so sorry.
It's all right, Phyllis. You meant well.
Can you ever forgive me for desecrating your home with such a rotten, loathsome, wretched type of person?
Don't worry about it.
Yes, we're used to you now.
Here's Dan's meal.
Thank Thank you, Harriet.
So, how's it going, Phyllis?
Oh, everything's under control. It's been a lot of work, but I've enjoyed doing a supervisor's job. You ought to try it sometime, Harriet.
Okay, I'll give it a whirl.
Hey, Lindstrom, I want you to go through the phone book and add up all the numbers.
Harriet, take a letter to the governor in Sacramento. If you run, you should be back by the weekend.
Hey, Lindstrom, run out and get coffee and Danish for the Teamsters Union.
Out.
Okay.
You're watching ALN. Here's what's coming next.